Well, I think in a game of this magnitude, I would assume at this point along in the season, I think it's important for the kids to stay composed enough and calm enough, particularly early on in the game, so that the game doesn't get out of hand early. Get some easy baskets early. Make sure that you stay in the game. Don't make any mistakes defensively, and then roll the dice and hope that you play well enough to stay in the game.
Well, I think the key to beating or to even playing with Academy Park is being able to rebound with them. They're very, very physical. Everybody knows they have Fagan, but the other kid, Blandon, is very, very strong on the boards. We have to really hold our own on the boards with them. We have to stop them from penetrating. We have to keep them in front of us. We can't create help situations defensively, and of course we have to put the ball in the basket. I mean, we're not going to shoot like we have been, but we certainly hope that we do shoot a good percentage and take good shots within the context of the offense.
From Norristown High School, PCTV Sports presents PIAA Interdistrict Basketball. Tonight, the Academy Park Knights and the Pottstown Trojans meet in the Eastern Finals. Good evening, everybody. This is Dick Geigel along with Dave Ridenauer. Tonight, we've got an all-District 1 final here in the East. Pottstown facing a team they're really wary of in the districts, and it's a team similar to Pottstown in that they've overcome some adversity and have had to regroup in their own right.
Yeah, they lost their best player, Dewaune Wesley, a 6'4" guard who fell and broke his wrist in 2 places in the last practice before the district started. So that was a big thing for Academy Park to overcome, as you mentioned, Dick. Plus the fact that they had a rough road. I mean, they got put in as a 3rd seed, and they had to beat some pretty quality clubs to get to this point.
Okay, and we do have the starting lineups for Academy Park. As you get a look at them, Blandon, Ramsher, George Fagan, Ronald Bright, Shannon Overton. Their strength in the middle.
Without a doubt, center around the big guy, 6'10", junior George Fagan.
And we also have the starting lineups for the Trojans. Marcus Ricketts, Howard Brown, Dave Allman in the middle, Tom Harvey, and Michael Parate. One of Pottstown's strengths is that they have 3 scores, 3 real legitimate scores that the other team has to defend against.
Well, not only that, Dick, is the fact that they can score the ball from the outside. I think if they have an advantage over Academy Park, it's the fact that they can shoot it well from the outside. Academy Park likes to take the ball strong to the hole, and they also have the big guy inside.
And of course, as always, Pottstown must rely on defense tonight.
Well, you know, Dick, what they've been doing so well is mixing up their man and their zone, and I think tonight they're going to really play a lot more zone than they will man because of Fagan at 6'10". No one really matches up with him, and the fact that Pottstown thinks that Academy Park is weaker with their outside perimeter game.
Okay, Academy Park and the Pottstown Trojans in the Eastern Finals. We'll be back with the play-by-play right after this. There you see tonight's officials, Phil Atwood, Mike Plunkett, and Ray Kopczynski working tonight's game.
Ray was over here saying it's so hot in this building, he's already lost about 3 pounds and 3 inches.
The perspiration was dripping off of him just as he was warming up. We mentioned in our pregame, number 33, Dewaune Wesley. He is not in the starting lineup, but he will, we are informed, will see some limited playing time.
Well, he's the guy with the broken arm who hurt his hand dunking in basketball in practice, and at 6'4.5" at the guard spot really could make a difference in this ball game, especially for Academy Park.
George Fagan, big 6'9", George Fagan. They have him listed as 6'10". We'll jump with Dave Allman.
Well, you know they always fudge those stats a little bit. We'll call him 6'10". Dave Allman wins the tap.
Pottstown controls. And Pottstown will set up the half-court offense here in the early going, and they'll face a zone defense.
3-2 zone. They're going to force Pottstown to try to beat the ball inside. They're going to take away the 3-point shooters, Harvey, Brown, and Prate. The big guy's the equalizer in the middle, Dick.
Howard Brown's favorite spot on the court, rims out, but it's rebounded by Blandon.
Well, it was a good shot for Howard Brown within the context of the offense. Had good rotation on the ball, just didn't get it to drop. Straight man for the Trojans.
They dump it into Fagan. He turns to the bucket. It will not go down. Howard Brown comes out with the rebound. And he's stripped from the behind by Shannon Overton. Numbers weren't good for that fast break. Baseline jumper is good by William Ramsher. He led them in scoring in the game against Allentown Central Catholic.
Yeah, he had 20 points to lead the Knights from Academy Park.
Ball is batted away, controlled by Academy Park.
Good idea by Allman as they had a high-low set up.
Ramsher loses the handle. Academy Park turns it over. As you get a look at Coach Davis across the way from us and his staff.
Both teams trying to get the butterflies out right now. This is a huge, huge ball game. Two teams in District 1 playing for the right to go to Hershey.
Marcus Ricketts can't handle the entry pass. Here comes Overton. Pottstown now back in the 2-3 zone.
Let him out there, make him shoot it from the outside.
That's Ron Bright. Gives it up to Ramsher. Again into Fagan. He faces the bucket and scores.
Well, you cannot allow him to get the ball that low on the boxes. You got to look at Rick Bergaloni there in the middle there. Dapper one. But you can't allow Fagan, even though he's not an offensive threat, to get the ball that deep inside as Howard Brown takes it right to the rack and right to the big guy.
2-point ball game. 4-2 Academy Park.
Good matchup right there, Overton and Harvey.
Brown pokes it loose. Howard Brown guarding their leading scorer. That's Ramsher. Ramsher puts it up, can't score it. Ricketts can't handle the rebound, and Fagan comes away with it. 5:24 left to play, first period.
Well, again, quick jumpers for Academy Park.
Fagan high off the glass, now has 4 points. It's 6-2 Academy Park.
Dave Allman's got to bump him up a little bit. He's got to get him higher on the box. Fagan's getting the ball way too deep, and if he gets the ball in there, he might as well put 2 points in the board.
Dave Allman puts it on the floor, and it's stolen. Overton dribbles it off of his foot. That's Pottstown ball.
There's Howard Brown going strong in the holes. He sees a crack in the defense, takes it right to the big guy, knocks it off the glass. Now watch how low he gets the ball. You can't allow him to catch the ball that low, or you might as well put the 2 points in the book. Dave Allman's got to bump him out a little bit higher. Get him out of his comfort.
Pottstown trails by 4 early here in the first period. Harvey takes a three-pointer. Nothing but net. Tom Harvey cuts the lead to 1.
I'm surprised Ken Davis doesn't go a little full court pressure after a made basket. Try to get the tempo up a little bit. He doesn't like this walk it up pace that Academy Park has. I think that favors Academy Park.
Blandon puts it on the floor, goes in with the left hand. Fagan follows. Fagan now has 6 points here in the first period. 6 of the 8 for Academy Park. Brown feeds Allman. Allman loses the handle again. Overton goes in with the left hand, scores.
Timeout, Ken Davis.
10-5 Academy Park.
I think you need a timeout to settle the troops down. This is the kind of game where you're all excited and you just need a little talking to. Not a whole lot of major adjustments. This is a settling down period. You can't give Academy Park confidence.
And of course, while we have a minute, we'd like to thank our sponsors, all of our sponsors, for making PCTV basketball a possibility. And a lot of great entertainment has come their way this season. Prate's three-pointer off the mark. Fagan rebound.
Off. Yes, he did. Good call, Ray. Ray Klapczynski was right on the call. Had the big game the other night, Chester and Norristown, so he's used to this type of pressure-packed situation.
Trojans will inbound, trailing by 5. Bobby Stumpf in the ball game. He's replaced Marcus Ricketts. Harvey from the corner. His shot is strong. Allman rebounds. Feeds Brown in the paint. Howard can't get the roll. Fagan rebounds.
Again, Pottstown's getting good quality shots, Dick. I don't think Ken Davis is unhappy with their shot selection and the shots that they're getting.
Ramsher pulls up, drops it in. Ramsher now has 4 points in the ball game. 12-5 ball game. Into Dave Allman. In the paint, it's strong. Fagan again with the rebound.
And you can't allow that big guy to get confidence. He's the kind of guy you can get taken out of the ball game. If you go at him, get him in foul difficulty, let him thinking. But if he starts getting confidence, he's going to be a handle inside.
3 minutes left in the period. Again, they dump it inside. Harvey gets a handle on it. Ball is loose. We've got a foul. It's going to be on George Fagan. And that's the first foul of the ball game.
That's what you have to do. You have to work right at that guy. What I always tell my boys when we're playing some big people, and there's some big people in junior high school, Dick, take it right at him, right up through his chest, right up through his chin. Take it to his body. Make him foul you. Do not allow him to block a shot from an arm's length away.
Howard Brown way out front. Trojans trail by 7 with 2:40 to play in the first period. Lazy pass is picked on by Bright, and Bright scores. 14-5 Academy Park.
And when's the last time we've seen somebody come out and score 14 points on the Trojans? This is normally what the Trojans have been coming out and doing.
Shooting precision all in Academy Park's favor. Brown gets into the lane. His shot is short. And it's rebounded by Blandon.
Well, you can't teach size, and that 6'10 guy, George Fagan, in the middle, has all the Trojans thinking right now.
Down the lane goes Blandon, can't score it. Blandon gets the rebound, poked away by Bobby Stumpf. Academy Park will inbound. Ramsher is now replaced in the ball game as number 12, John Klein, comes in.
Well, this is the end of the floor where Pottstown has to start picking up the intensity and start playing a little bit better, because right now, Academy Park seems to be scoring every time they get a chance at the basket.
Inside of 2 minutes to play. Fagan gets the ball inside, loses the handle.
But he still caught the ball way too deep, Dick. He's got the ball within 2-3 feet of the basket, and you know, at 6'10", all he has to do is just drop it over the front iron.
Stumpf into Brown. Brown turns to the bucket, and he gets it. Howard Brown has 4 points in the ball game, and the lead is cut to 7.
Well, Howie's stepping up big at the offensive end. Now he's got to get some buddies to help him down here on the defensive end.
14-7. Again, Dave Allman tries to pick off the pass, but he picks up the foul in the process. First personal and team foul. And Jay Scott comes into the ball game. Will give Dave Allman a rest, probably an extended rest here at the end of the first period.
Well, Dave's got to decide how he wants to play this big guy. You know, he's so big when he spreads out, it's tough to go top side, low side. You've got to line up that way and keep pushing him one way or the other. You can't play directly behind him.
Klein from the foul line. Drains it. They are on fire. They're not missing many shots.
Well, it's gut check time for the Trojans. I don't think they want to get too far behind, because then they have to start launching some threes and taking shots that maybe are not in the context of their offense. A lot of standing around for the Trojans right now.
16-7 ball game. Less than a minute to play in the period. Harvey pops, but is fouled on the play. I think it's going to be on Overton. Indeed it is. Shannon Overton picks up his first personal foul. Well, that's only the second team foul.
Excuse me, Dick, and it even looks like Tom Harvey is a little bit reluctant to go into the middle, because he knows he has that big guy, number 34, standing right there. You know, Tom Harvey looked like he had a step on Overton a couple times and looked a little hesitant, not his usual self of taking it strong to the hole and trying to draw some body contact and lay it in.
Tom Harvey at the line, he's shooting 2. And he gets a friendly roll.
They have to try to find a way to get number 42 involved in the offense, as Brown and Harvey are the only two Trojans to score with 46 seconds to go here in the first period.
Fagan exits the ball game as Ron Anderson comes in. Harvey makes both free throws. And it's a 16-9 ball game.
Yeah, see, I like to press. I like to press teams that like to press, because they don't like to be pressed in return, Dick. That's an old adage. Press teams that press, because they don't usually like to work against it.
36 seconds left in the period. (16-9) Academy Park. And as you mentioned, David, not a good quarter defensively for the Trojans. 18 seconds left as Ramsher gets to the foul line, puts up a shot. It's strong, gets his own rebound, and then drains the follow. Ramsher has 6 points here in the quarter. 6 seconds left. Michael Prate, three-point attempt is strong. Run down by Bobby Stump, but that will end the first period. Not the kind of first quarter that the Trojans have been used to. Normally the tables are reversed, where Pottstown comes out scorching and playing good defense, but it's been the opposite here so far in the first period.
Well, I think you got to give Rick Pergolini a lot of credit for coming out in that 3-2, almost like a matchup zone out front, as they really matched up with Harvey, Prate, and Brown, trying not to allow them to shoot those three-pointers and get hot that way.
Into Fagan. Pottstown collapses on him. Ramsher gets the ball, goes in strong. Brown rebounds. Academy Park still in the zone defense. And you can see the percentage from the floor not in Pottstown's favor. And Academy Park very hot, shooting 69%.
Well, again, Pottstown tried to come right out after that intermission there to get Michael Prate involved in the offense, which is a good move by Ken Davis. However, Mike shuffled his feet a little bit.
Stump gets the steal. Parade can't make the layup. Here comes Academy Park, up 18-9. We are 1 minute into the second period. Steal by Michael Parade. And scores down the other end. Michael Prate now in the scoring column.
And this is what I think Pottstown's got to do right here. Pressure Academy Park, get them in an up-tempo ball game, get it a little ragged, because I think Pottstown has the better ball handlers.
7-point ball game, 18-11, Academy Park. Again, they dump it into Fagan. Bobby Stump gets a hand on it. Parade ahead to Harvey. Harvey scores.
That's what they need right there. They got to keep collapsing little Fagan, keeping up the tempo, get him in the transition game.
Another steal. Parade goes in. He scores.
Pergolini better get a timeout now before this thing gets out of hand.
Academy Park calls time. Pottstown has scored 6 unanswered points here in the second period.
Well, Pottstown's going to change up their pressure and go with their little three-quarter court right now. This is the old John Wooden. Try to get a trap somewhere around the half-court line. Ken Davis, I think, would be just as happy with a turnover as he would be with a steal.
We've got a 3-point ball game. 2 minutes into the second period.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a game of runs, Dick. Academy Park came out with their run in the first quarter. Pottstown trying to answer the bell here to start the second as they're on a 6-0 run.
And now Academy Park looks very tentative on offense.
Well, I think Coach Pergolini smells it and senses it. He's going to get his big guy, number 33, Wesley's up at the scorer's table.
Fagan forces one up high off the backboard. Harvey pushes it up the floor to Parade. Parade, his shot is blocked. Harvey follows.
That's what you have to do. You can't worry about the big guy. You got to keep taking it. I still think Mike's got to take his little elbow and shoulder right to his chin. Don't let him extend his arms, because that's when the shot blocker can block it.
He's got a 1-point ball game, a traveling violation. He walked right into the trap.
Well, that's what they try to do. They try to invite you right into the corner there. And Tom Harvey and Howard Brown and Mike Prate did a good job of suckering into that trap. Now they got the turnover.
1-point ball game.
Pottstown has an opportunity, Dick, to get into the lead for the first time in the game.
They've scored 8 unanswered points here in the second period. Michael Parade travels out front. .5:17 left to play in the second period. 18-17 Academy Park.
There it is again. There's where you got to get the trap.
Howard doesn't get by. Overton floats one up. Wesley in the ball game can't make it. Dave Allman rebounds. We've got a foul on the play. It's going to be on Dave Allman. Allman picks up his second personal foul.
And Jay Scott's going to have to get back into the ball game. This is Pottstown's game right here as he gets the ball up to Michael Prate. Again, when you let the big guy extend his arms, Dick, it's easy to block shots. You got to hit him in the body. You got to make him play physical.
Dave Allman and Bobby Stump will take a seat on the Trojan bench. Marcus Ricketts and Jay Scott in the ball game along with Parade, Harvey, and Brown. That's Wesley, Dewaune Wesley in the ball game. We mentioned him in our pregame. Ramsher is fouled by Harvey. He left his feet.
Well, Tom Harvey came flying out of nowhere. He smelled a shot block coming up. He thought Ramsher was trying to get a three set up, and Tom Harvey came on his weak side rotation and made the obvious call there as Phil Atwood saw it all the way underneath the basket.
Less than 5 minutes to play in the first half. Wesley goes in, scores off the glass.
You know, he could be a major factor in this one before it's over. You have a 6'4" guy that athletic and that strong inside. Wow.
And Academy Park appears to be in a man-to-man. That's going to be white ball. A lot of Academy Park fans want a foul on Jay Scott.
Well, that's what Jay has to do. He's got to get Fagan out of his ball game. You got to bump and grind him inside a little bit, make him thinking about all those other things, take him out of his game.
20-17. Pottstown then drops back into the zone defense.
They are just a different ball club with number 33 out there. There's no question about it.
Landon, outside shot goes down.
That's Ramsher.
Dewaune Wesley pokes it out of bounds. That'll be Trojan ball. They now trail by 5 at 22-17. Howard Brown, three-point attempt. Won't rattle down, won't stay down, and Wesley's there to rebound.
And that's another aspect of the game he brings him, Dick, another defensive rebounder.
We are midway through the second period. Dump it into Fagan, back out to Blandon. Ramsher gets to the baseline, can't get the roll. Brown and Wesley get tied up. Possession arrow is in favor of the Trojans. Howard Brown does not have a lot of rebounding help in the ball game right now.
That's what happens when they lose Davey Allman. You know, we read about him today in the paper in a real nice piece by Don Seeley about Dave Allman and the great job that he's done, especially in the second half of the season when he kind of realized his leadership role and he really took charge inside, and that's why they need Dave Allman on the floor for them to be successful. Straight man by Academy Park.
Dave Allman does have 2 personal fouls. Jay Scott throws it up widely. Bobby Stump rebounds. Shot rejected. Howard Brown. Howard Brown has 6 points in the ball game, and it's 22-19 Academy Park.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I remember a couple years ago when I had that undefeated 9th grade team, and Howard was only an 8th grader. We decided we were going to play Coachville. He brought an all-star team over, and Howard Brown came up huge. He was the best player on the floor, bar none.
Fagan can't handle the pass. That's Pottstown ball. Fagan definitely doesn't seem as comfortable as he did in the first quarter.
Well, they're banging him, and that's what you have to do. You have to bang a big guy inside there, get him out of his rhythm, especially a guy who's a raw-type player. He's not real polished yet. He has size, and he plays pretty well at the defensive end. He's not polished at the offensive end yet.
Jay Scott's trying to post him up.
That's what you have to do. You have to make him work at both ends, maybe tire him out, wear him out a little bit.
Bobby Stump's line drive shot off the mark, gets his own rebound. Good hustle by Stump, and then he ends up picking up foul. And it's going to be on Fagan. That's great hustle by Bobby Stump.
That's what he's in there for.
Second personal foul on Fagan. 3rd team foul on Academy Park.
Here's Bob Stump doing a good job of following his own shot as he came up well short. He got down and dirty on the floor, and there's the obvious foul by number 34.
Harvey will inbound. Scott into Harvey. Harvey has his shot rejected by Wesley.
But that's okay. You know, you're pounding the ball inside. That's where you're going to get the body contact.
We've got a blocking foul. It's going to be on Overton.
And that's his second foul.
It's amazing how many fouls you start to pick up when you take the ball to the rack.
And that's the whole name of the game, and that's why you have to have an interior ball game. You know, Pottstown for a while was shooting the ball so well from the outside that they weren't concentrating on getting inside shots. I think tonight they're going to have to get some points from their interior. See, now I'd really pressure Academy Park after a made shot because they lost their point guard in Overton.
That's going to be Bobby Stump inbounding, but they had great defense on the inbounds.
Okay, now Pottstown matches up in their man. Let's see what kind of man offense they run.
Howard Brown goes down the lane, scores off the glass. He's got 8 points in the ball game, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Well, he's got to get somebody to step up and help him out. Tom Harvey and Michael Prate have to start taking on their share of the scoring load as well. As you mentioned in your pregame, they got a 3-man show. They got to use them.
Two minutes to play in the quarter, 22-21 Academy Park.
And Jay Scott's doing his job inside as he's banging around with Larry Blandon inside with the big guy on their bench.
That's his Bright, throws up a brick. And Wesley will pick up a foul coming over the top. Marcus Ricketts did have good position.
And that's what Marcus has got to do out of that 2-3 zone. Howard Brown likes this matchup because he feels he can take number 24, Blandon. Blandon has some body to play him inside, but he doesn't have that foot speed to play Howard out on the perimeter. And Howard did a good job of recognizing and breaking him down.
Howard's got a very quick first step. He can take advantage of a lot of people.
I think Academy Park will be back in the zone next time down the floor. Let's check it out.
Indeed they are.
Yes, they are. Down to the 2-3. See, now you have to dribble penetrate the gaps right there. That's the
Bobby
spot to get the ball.
Can't make the shot, but Wesley pokes it out of bounds. Pottstown gets a break. They'll retain possession.
But you have to give him a lot of credit for finding the open areas. You have to dribble, penetrate, or cut the areas of weakness, which is the angles on those on that zone.
Parade from the foul line. Nothing but net, and Pottstown has the lead for the first time in the ball game at 23-22. And that's Ron Bright. He is hurt on the play.
And I really like this strategy, going after them and really making them work. As I mentioned before, pressing teams never like to be pressed in return, and I would really pressure the Academy Park dribblers right now and their ball handlers and see if they can handle the rock in this pressure situation.
I think Bright has lost the contact.
Yeah. Well, we'll get another look at it. Here's Bobby Stump putting pressure on the ball, and that's just a kick save. Ooh, right back up into his face. That's a Pele job right there. I'm waiting for another Wile E. Coyote move. I got all kinds of calls and comments on that move. I said, if Bobby Stump walks in here with Acme sneakers and an Acme suitcase, we have a scoop.
Hey, kids, you can have lunch with the Easter Bunny. That's right. You can join the Easter Bunny for lunch on Saturday, April 3rd from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Pottstown Area Senior Center, which is at 310 High Street in downtown Pottstown. There will be food, fun, and entertainment for all. This event is sponsored by the Downtown Pottstown Improvement District Authority and the Pottstown Optimists.
Well, Shannon Overton has to check back into the ball game as number 3, Bright, gets himself all squared away. And if I'm on offense, I have to tell Tom Harvey to take the ball to number 10, Overton, and see if he can pick up a cheap third one here with 1:18 to go until the half.
Well, the Pottstown defense has come to the forefront. They've held the Knights to 4 points here in the second period with 1:14 to play. Trojans on top 23-22.
See, I like the pressure style because that takes a lot of wear and tear out of a team, Dick. You know, Pottstown has won games in the third and fourth period going away because of that pressure and that conditioning factor that I think Pottstown has on their favor.
1 minute to play in the second period. And it's apparent that Academy Park is going for the last shot.
Well, I think they're pretty happy with the position of the game right now, and I don't know if I'm Ken Davis, I agree with that or not. You know, you have two schools of thought. They're up, you know, they still have the lead, but I think Pottstown plays more effective when it's a helter-skelter type ball game.
Down to 35 seconds left to play. Pottstown will sit back in their zone defense.
You know, Dave Allman only has 2 fouls. Tom Harvey has 1, so they're the only team fouls. I'd take some chances and gambles if I'm the Trojans on a quick steal and maybe a big bucket or a dunk down the other end.
15 seconds left to play in the half. They dump it inside. Shot is off the mark. Bobby Stump has the rebound. 5 seconds left. Harvey to Howard Brown. You jammed it.
That's what I call right there.
Trojans up by 3 to end the half.
That's why I like the pressure at that situation, because you get all that momentum going into the halftime locker room.
There you see the leading scorers. Ramsher has 8 points, Fagan 6. Fagan scored all of his points in the first period. Howard Brown leading all scorers with 10, and Harvey has 9. But if you're Coach TAPES, just like to see a few more people involved in the scoring.
Yeah, Michael Prate has 6, and you add them up, and you're up to the 25 already. So I think he would like to get some interior scoring out of Stump, Ricketts, and Allman to try to balance off and make Fagan play defense inside.
And if Pottstown wins tonight, they will play the winner of the Valley Hickory winner, and that'll be at Hershey Park Sports Arena. Boy, that Hickory brings up memories.
Boy, I'll say. Pass the
Wonder
ball
who the
5
coach of that is.
Pass the ball 5 times before you even look to shoot.
And of course, that'll be Friday night. We've got 1 half to go here with Pottstown up by 3. The Howard Brown slam that brought the house down at the end of the first half.
Well, that's what I was calling for. That's why I was hoping Pottstown would come out with a little pressure there. It looks like Howard almost lost his balance as the Academy Park defender clicked his heels, and he hung on that rim a little bit longer than what they normally allow you to do in high school. But had a little touching moment out there as Phil Atwood is going to be retiring soon after this year, and Yogi Strum giving him some words of wisdom and giving him a little pep talk here as he might be enjoying, I don't know if this is his last game or not, but if it is, it's the last half of a stellar career. Academy Park will bring the ball in to start the second half as you get a good look at Phil Atwood. We've seen him a lot of times, especially in the inter-district and interstate play, Richard. We're going to get one more look at the dunk that, again, and I think it takes all kinds of momentum, Richard, into the locker room as Howard Brown getting out way ahead of the pack there. As you see, number 33, Wesley, bumped Howard's leg there ever so slightly, and Howard had to hang on the rim there to get his balance.
Academy Park maintains possession. As we look at the line score, Mr. Pergolini's got to wonder what happened to his offense in the second period. Ramsher shot well off the mark. Pottstown stays with the zone defense. Right now packing it in around George Fagan.
Well, I don't think Academy Park really has proved to anyone yet that they can knock in outside shots consistently from outside of the arc.
They were shooting 69% in the first half,
Just
and that ties the ball game.
Just when I say that, over and drains a big 3.
25-25. Parate, his shot is blocked, and Fagan then grabs the rebound.
But you have to keep taking it to him. Get up in his body more.
Ron Bright has scored 5 points here in the first minute, and it's 27-25 Academy Park. Michael Parate pump fakes, gets a foul on Fagan.
Well, they were my momentum theory. I said Pottstown's going to come out guns blaring there after that big dunk by Howie, and Overton comes out and drains a 3 and a deuce, and 5 straight points for the Knights.
But at least they do pick up the 3rd personal foul on George Fagan.
Prate doing a good job of getting Fagan off there. See how he gets up in his body, Dick? That's what you have to do against a shot blocker.
And Prate makes the first of his 2 free throws and cuts the lead to 1.
You got to be physical with big people, Dick. You cannot play finesse inside.
Prate 2 for 2 from the line. We're tied at 27.
And get back into the press. There it is. That's why you have to score, make buckets or foul shots so you can get steal opportunities, as Mike Prate was a hair away from making another one right there.
I don't know how Ramsher
I'd
can
pull
run.
his pants down. I'd pull him down.
Well, but down around his ankles.
Tripping. See again now, see if Pottstown can make some hay while the big guys on the bench. They're a whole lot smaller with number 40, Ron Anderson, in there than they are with 6'10", Fagan. You know, now the matchup's pretty even. They're pretty straight up right now with the Trojans.
Ramsher finally takes a shot off the glass. Blandon rebounds. Left hand layup is good.
Good strong rebound by number 24, Blandon, as he finally gets into the books.
2-point lead for Academy Park. Brown, another lane to the basket, off the glass.
Again, everybody's looking around for Academy Park saying who's going to stick number 22, and he goes all alone.
Blandon over Dave Allman. It goes down. Blandon has 4 points in the period. 31-29 Academy Park.
Well, it looks like the odd numbers are going to be Academy Park's quarters, and we can just hope that the even numbers are going to be the Trojans.
2-point ball game as Parade floats across the lane, gets it down.
Well, you can see Mike looks a whole lot more confident when he doesn't have the big guy in there who's swatting the ball all over the place.
We're tied at 31.
Got to stop ball.
Ron Bright, well, that's Shannon Overton, is on fire, and it's 33-31 Academy Park. He's got a total of 10 points. Well, that's 9 points now. Pottstown turns it over.
There's Howard Brown doing a good job of reading the defense and taking it strong to the hole. I thought he might go up there and throw one down. Mike Prate doing a good job. That's a move he's been patenting, Dick, that little fadeaway runner across the middle.
3 minutes into the third period, entry pass goes out of bounds, but that's going to be Academy Park ball.
Well, Marcus isn't going to play much longer if he can't catch a ball thrown right in his hands and it trickles out of bounds. Every possession is a very, very important one in this kind of ball game.
That's Overton out front. He's done a lot of scoring here in the third period. Inside to Blandon, blocked by Howard Brown.
Good weak side help that time by number 22, Brown.
Pottstown trails by 2.
Find the gaps in the zone now. You got to dribble, penetrate, or you have to cut through them.
Parade. It goes in. Parade has 6 points in the quarter.
And Academy Park is a very average defensive ball club without the big guy as the savior in the middle. And they're going to get Wesley back in there soon. I can tell that as he does check to the scorer's table right now.
We're tied at 33. 4:20 to play in the third. Fadeaway jumper's no good. Strong rebound from Howard Brown. Parade, we've got a whistle. Double dribble by Michael Parade. Pottstown turns it over.
Good weak side help as Dave Ullman's playing top side. He knows he has his buddy rotating over as Howard Brown comes over again. See how easy to block a shot is when you have long arms and jumping ability when they don't take it to your body. If he takes that ball up into Howard Brown's chest and chin, that's an automatic foul.
4 minutes to play in the third period. That's Overton out front.
Dave Ullman really working hard inside with number 24, Blandon. Good defense by Tom.
Bright, back to Overton. The three-pointer is strong. Blandon first rebounds. Then Harvey picks it up. Pottstown has possession.
Good hustle again by number 42, Prate, and Stumpy. Stumpy was right there to bump off the defender.
We're tied at 33. Harvey. It's off the mark. Strong rebound, Dave Ullman. Can't get the follow. Bobby Stumpf and Blandon go at it. It's going to be Pottstown ball.
That's just good action on both sides. You know, what can you say? You have two guys going after the ball at 100%. Fortunately, it's a Pottstown ball.
3:23 to play. Parade down the lane. Gets the roll over the front of the rim. Pottstown up by 2, 35-33.
And Michael Prate is really taking it strong to the hole as he has 8 points here in the third period. 14 for the ball game.
8 of the 10 points scored by the Trojans in the quarter. That's what makes the Trojans tough to defend. Somebody gets hot at one point or another through the ball game.
This is the guy they can't allow to get fired, though. There's just something about him, man. He's just so cool and calm. He can play the game. There's no question about it. He's under control at all times.
They dump it inside to Blandon. Shot is blocked from behind by Dave Ullman.
Mike Prate, again, coming into the left side, just gets it up there real soft, and he gets that shooter's roll every time, Dick, because of that, the way he puts it up so softly.
Ramsher into the ballgame replaces Ron Bright. And Ramsher will inbound the ball. Academy Park will inbound by trailing by 2 with 2:42 to play in the third period. George Fagan, the big guy for Academy Park, is on the bench. He picked up his third personal foul early in the third period, and he's been on the Oak since. Wesley almost turned the ball over. Blandon, however, travels.
And that's good recovery speed by number 32. You see that quickness as they rotated over to help against Wesley to stop his penetration. They try to kick the ball out. Number 32 hustled himself out there and calls a travel. Pottstown has to get a good shot at the basket, Dick. I'm not saying it's necessary for them to score every possession, but they have to get good shots at the basket. See, I'd give it to Harvey right inside there. He can score inside. Keep taking it inside.
Harvey is inside, gets a layup.
That's a soft spot of that defense without 34 in there. Keep designing plays, banging in there. I don't care what guy gets it for the Trojans. Head and shoulder fake one time and you got a leg in.
4-point lead by the Trojans is probably the biggest of the ball game. Wesley can't get the shot to go, and Bobby Stump rebounds. Head to Parade. He has the ball stolen by Overton.
Good defense by number 10, Overton, right there.
He takes it to the lane, stripped by Harvey. We've got a jump ball, possession arrow to Pottstown.
And they're going to get the big guy back in the ball game. I'd go right at him. Give the ball inside to Howard, post up, Stump inside, give a head and shoulder fake, go right up into his chest and get number 4.
1:29 to play, third period. 37-33 Trojans.
Give the ball inside to Howard Brown in there.
Lazy pass picked off by Overton. And he can't score the layup. Bobby Stump gets it.
Take it strong.
Parade to Brown. Brown can't score. Wesley rebounds. We've got a foul on the play. I believe it's going to be on Wesley.
It's amazing how these guys play over the rim, though, Dick. I mean, these guys are only youngsters. Heck, this could be another classic next year. These are all, except for Davey Allman, everybody else is an underclassman out there on the floor.
That's amazing. I was thinking that earlier, that these two teams may very well meet again next year.
Oh, without a doubt. At least in district play, you know, you have to think that they're odds-on favor to getting back there and meeting again sometime, either in District 1 or state playoff. Take it inside.
Harvey pulls up for 3. Can't get the shot to go, and Blandon is there for the, or that's Blandon rebounds.
There's a turnover. Not a good play by Overton. See, that's some of the youth and inexperience on Academy Park. Now, if Ken Davis can get the ball inside in that middle, and then boom, see if they can draw that foul on Fagan, because we can see how ineffective they are defensively with number 34 sitting on the pines.
4-point ball game. 46 seconds to play in the third period.
Pottstown's running their man offense right now.
Down to 34 seconds left to play in the period. Brown puts it on the floor, takes it in, shot is blocked. Fagan gets the block.
I'm sounding like a prophet here tonight, Dick, I tell you. Because why? Because he didn't take it strong to his body, and Fagan was able to leave his man and come up and get the big block.
They're looking to get it inside to Fagan. 10 seconds left in the period. Pottstown up by 4 at 37-33.
This is a confidence builder possession right here.
Across the lane goes Overton. We've got a whistle on the play.
And that's not a bad foul. That's really not a bad foul because he's not going to shoot the ball. They have to bring the ball inbounds with 2 seconds, Richard.
Right.
That's number 2 on Tommy Harvey, however. He and Overton both have 2 now. See, I'd get him out of the game right now, though, with 2 seconds. I'd get him out of there. I'd put in Marcus or Hawkins or somebody. Don't let him pick up a third one when trying to get a quick steal. Watch the alley-oop to the big guy.
They're definitely looking for it. Overton throws one up at the buzzer, doesn't even catch iron, and the foul pays off for the Trojans as the third period ends. 8 minutes to play in the ball game. And the ball game is the Eastern Finals in the state tournament.
And I can smell chocolate, Dick. I don't know who's going to go there yet. I'm telling you, this is going to go down to the wire, but I can smell Hershey.
They dump it into Fagan. Back out. That's Overton. He's had a hot hand in the third period. Into Blandon. Bobby Stump comes around to poke it away, but he picks up the foul. First personal foul on Bobby Stump.
And I think that's only the second team foul. They're not keeping him up there on the board. I think Tom Harvey has 1, and now Bobby Stump has 1, so that's 2 team fouls.
Ron Bright will inbound. The Knights trail by 4 points.
I see Coach Pergolini, yelling wheel, wheel, wheel. They're going to try to rotate it around and look for a post up.
Ron Bright launches the three-pointer that's rebounded by Howard Brown. And a foul is going to be called on William Ramsher. Naturally a non-shooting foul, but it's a team foul that may matter later on. Take a look at the crowd on hand. It is a packed house here at Norristown and a very vocal crowd. Both teams equally represented.
These are the way high school basketball games should be played, Richard, in a huge gym like this, sweltering hot, fans hanging all over the place, and a nip and tuck game with two quality ball clubs.
37-33 Trojans. Harvey goes down the lane over Fagan. Can't get the roll. Brown's tap is blocked.
That's a good block right there by Fagan. Give him a lot of hustle right there as he got off the floor quickly to block that ball.
Blandon pump fakes, gets Howard Brown in the air, and I think the foul is going to be called on Brown.
Again, that's why it's so tough to go inside with him, as Tom Harvey does an excellent job of getting the ball up over Fagan. But you know, the thing that really impressed me about Fagan here is the fact that Howard Brown did an excellent job getting him right there for the putback, and Fagan really got off the ball quickly to block Howard Brown's putback.
At the line is Larry Blandon.
First foul shots of the night for Academy Park.
I think Blandon is the player that had the free throws to end the ball game when they played Upper Moreland.
You're reading my mind again, Dick. That was my next statement. He's the guy who really knocked in some crucial ones down in at Colonial Middle School there, or elementary school in PW. Oh, he banks one.
He makes one of two and makes it a three-point ball game.
Straight man by the Knights.
6:44 to play in the ball game.
Back cut him.
Harvey loses the handle, gives it up to Dave Allman. 6:20 to play in the ball game. Brown puts it on the floor. Raises up off the back of the iron. Gets the rebound. Goes right in, feeds Dave Allman. His shot is blocked. Brown rebounds. Follows.
There's Howard Brown coming up huge. I told you. 2 years ago, baby. I remember the game like it was yesterday.
I was there.
That's right. You were there. That's right. That's right.
Ramsher guarded by Bobby Stumpf. Out to Overton. Trojans are up by 5. Fagan, point blank range, can't make it. Gets the rebound. Finally scores a bucket. That's his first point of the second half. Ahead to Parade, he goes in. It's goaltending. Count the bucket. Count the bucket, it's goaltending.
That's a nice look-off pass by Howard Brown as he finds Davey Allman, and there's the putback by Brown. Michael Brace got to go up and slam that ball with two hands. You can't go up and lay it up soft when you got a big guy like number 34 running down the floor.
41-36 Trojans. 5:30 to play in your ball game. Teams are battling for a trip to Hershey Park Arena on Friday night. They dump it into Fagan. It's intercepted by Dave Allman. That's a big defensive play.
That's a great defensive play. Those are the kind of things that Marcus Ricketts has to sit on the bench and watch so he can learn how to do those things. Dave Allman's senior experience really came up huge that last defensive trip.
5 minutes to play in the ball game. Trojans up 41-36.
And again, look at Tom Harvey making Overton work.
Harvey takes it down the lane. We've got a foul on the play, and it's going to be on Overton. Overton has just picked up his third personal foul. Yes, indeed, it's called on Shannon Overton.
And this is where that conditioning and stamina that Ken Davis preaches about every day in the practice floor. There we get a good look at us there. Some of the beat writers out there, the gumshoes are out. Don Seeley, Mr. Stover.
I like this down on the floor. We've been used to some press boxes up there at Martz Hall. They got a fine press box, but I like it down here on the floor. Michael Prate right in on Fagan, can't score. Up comes Academy Park. Ramsher, jumper, it's good.
sweet touch.
Ahead to Parade. Parade goes in, loses a handle. We've got it traveling. He shuffled his pivot foot.
One reason for that. And he wears number 34 in white.
We've got a 3-point ball game. 4:20 left to play. Wesley in the ball game.
Don't let him get his confidence.
Ramsher off the glass, can't score it. And it's tapped up off the wire. That's going to be Trojans' ball.
Where do you see this stat they're going to punch up there, Richard? Come on, punch it up, punch it up, punch it up.
Well, we had a stat there, a graphic to show you that both teams are 18 from 37, or 37 from the floor for, what is that, 48%. I mean, we talk about an even ball game. You can't get any closer than that. We are midway through the third period, and we've got a 3-point ball game.
There we
looking
are.
Up an appetite.
Make sure you get over to Spence Ford, too. I'm sure Mark Bennett and Joe Stroll are very upset that they can't be here. They had to work till 9 o'clock tonight. I got that information. So they will not be here. Two avid hoops junkies.
41-38 Trojans. Trojans inbound the ball with 4 minutes left in the ball game. The ball game being the Eastern Finals of the state tournament.
Yep. Pennsylvania's version of March Madness. We're down to the Final Four. The winner of this ball game will go to Hershey to play the winner of the West. Dave Allman wanting to be very careful with each possession there.
Howard Brown trying to look for a lane to the hoop.
That's a matchup Howard likes right there. He likes the feeling when number 24 is on him.
Dave Allman needs help, gets it to Bobby Stump down the lane, can't score it. And then Bobby Stump makes the foul in frustration, picks up his second personal foul as he fouls Wesley.
Well, even though Fagan did not get a shot block that time, Dick, he made Bobby Stump alter his shot to change his shot a little bit, and he just lost the kiss off the glass. Watch the tail end of this play as Bobby Stump gets up there. That's just good defensive play by number 34.
They dump it into Fagan. And Academy Park calls time with 3:03 to play in the ball game. Any use of the pictures, descriptions, video, and or audio portions of this cable cast without the express written consent of PCTV and the PIAA is strictly prohibited.
I'm going to have to give you one of your boys' reading stickers for a Reader of the Week. Take you to Evelyn Wood and get some speed reading in there, Richard.
We got a bunch of them
You're
tonight.
getting bombarded with promos.
Inside of 3 minutes to play in the ball game. 41-38 Trojans.
Well, discipline's going to win it now, Dick. Both teams have got put in a position to win a ball. Oh, that's a foul over the top they want.
Fagan scores his 4th point of the quarter, and it's a 1-point ball game. 41-40. Loose ball, saved in bounds by Ramsher, but he stepped on the sideline. It'll be Trojan ball.
We'll get another look at it. It's good defense by Howard Brown as he calls Wesley to take a bad shot. The fans went over the back on Fagan. That's a tough call right there. I don't know, he might have jumped right over the defender.
2:30 to play in the ball game. Trojans have had a drought offensively. They've scored only 4 points here in the 4th period.
That's because they're not looking to score, Dick. They're more worried about taking time off the clock right now, and they're not looking to the goal.
Brown has a shot blocked. Overton rebounds. Ahead to Ramsher. He goes in, scores a layup. Academy Park has the lead. Michael Parate goes in on Fagan, gets the bucket, and he's fouled. Huge play by Michael Parate.
Boy, that helps. Get number 4 on the big guy. One more, and it's it for him. Michael Parate had a determined look on his face that time, Dick. He wasn't going to worry about where number 34 was. He took it strong to him, and good thing has happened to him.
Trojans are up 43-42. Michael Parate at the foul line to complete a 3-point play with 2:02 left in the ball game.
Well, this is everything it was billed to be, Richard. We'll get another look at it. Again, Mike Creighton is not looking over his shoulder. He takes it up real strong. There's the hack by number 34. Pottstown owns a very, very slim 2-point lead right now, Dick.
Inside of 2 minutes to play. Ramsher and Blandon looking to get it inside to Fagan. He's trying to post up Dave Allman.
He's calling for it, too. He's saying, come on, give me the ball. He's so big and wide, though. It's hard to get around him.
Overton.
Almost traveled with it. Good defense by number 32.
Pass inside is intended for Blandon. The ball is turned over by Academy Park. Pottstown will bring it up with a 2-point advantage, 1:26 to play.
And look to score off of this break. Look to score. There it is.
Creighton didn't like the numbers. He brings it out, and they'll set up the half-court offense.
Smart play.
Blandon inside of Harvey's jersey picks up the foul. Fourth personal foul on Shannon Overton.
And Pottstown is not in a 1-on-1 situation yet.
1:15 left to play in this contest, and the Trojans have a slim 2-point advantage. They do, however, have possession of the ball.
And they can't be too casual with it, Dick, as far as taking off time. They've got to try to score when they have that opportunity. Big the big guy out. Good strategy right there by the Trojans. Bring the big guy out from away from the bucket.
Creighton puts it on the floor, goes in, scores a bucket over Fagan.
Woo! Huge bucket by Michael Parade.
46-42 Trojans. Inside of a minute to play, into Fagan. He's fouled by Dave Allman.
That's a good foul, though, by Dave Allman. A real good foul. Put the big guy on the line and make him make 2 from the charity stripe. Watch Michael Parade again. He's really stepped up here in the fourth quarter, in the second half. Taking the ball strong to the rack, as you mentioned, Dick, earlier. Good things are happening when they take it hard.
He took a big swat at it, too. The kind of swat that looks like a foul. George Fagan at the line. He's shooting 2.
I'd always make this guy shoot. I'd let Bobby Stump hack him next time he got the ball.
And this place is loud now.
And it worked. That's not a good place to be right now, Dick. On that charity stripe with everybody beating and yelling and screaming.
Trojans got to make sure they get the rebound if he misses the shot.
Say exactly. Watch the long rebound.
Shot is off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Trojan ball. They're up 4 with 43 seconds to play. Boy, this is a low-scoring ball game at 46-42.
Drives the middle.
Harvey has the ball. He's going to go right in on Fagan. Can't score it. Fagan has the rebound.
Got to get back and play defense now.
30 seconds left in the ball game,
Time
and
out,
Academy Park calls time. Well, it's not the 20-point ball game we've been used to, but it's a heck of a lot more fun.
Oh, you got that right. It's not a whole lot of fun if you're sitting on the Pottstown bench. I'll tell you that right now. I'm sure Ken Davis's insides are doing topsy-turvies and flips just like we saw the young Yetzi girl do going out there onto the court. You know, we didn't get really a chance to say anything about the cheerleaders, but recently up at Pottstown University, they had a big day. They won a couple awards up there for sportsmanship, dance and cheering and things like that. So these girls work hard, and they reap the benefits of that with a nice little award service they had up at Pottstown University.
I saw a couple of them toting trophies around here tonight, as a matter of fact. There's our advantage, and our look at our monitors. Courtside we are tonight for a great ball game. An all District 1 Eastern final of the state tournament between Academy Park and Pottstown, and we've got a 4-point ball game with 29 seconds left to play.
And the only bad thing about this game, Dick, is two teams can't win it. You know, this is a game that both teams have really played hard, extremely hard, and that's all your coach can ask of you. And I think the coaches deserve a lot of credit because they got both teams with an opportunity to win the ball game in the last minute of the ball game.
46-42 Trojans. Overton, his shot is blocked. Harvey will elects not to take the shot. And Michael Paredes fouled. William Ramshire is whistled for the foul. And now the 1-and-1, well, that's not even in the penalty situation.
Well, Ken Davis kind of smiled at Tom Harvey, says, I don't know if you should have taken that one all the way to the goal or not, Tom. You had a breakaway. You should have probably scored that one. 6 is a whole lot nicer than 4 at this time.
Parade at the line, shooting 1-and-1. 18 seconds left in the contest. It's good. Michael Parade has been perfect from the line. He's had a huge second half.
And this next one's a good digit to have, so you're at 7, because 2 threes don't tie you then. And there it is.
48-46 Trojans. 18 seconds left. Overton, three-point is forced up. That almost clanked in.
Tom Harvey. He's going to get over there and get an earful from Kenny. He knows it too.
The Harrisburg Comfort Inn is conveniently located 10 miles from the PIAA State Basketball Tournament in Hershey. And we feature 117 well-appointed guest rooms with a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast from 6 to 10 a.m. The breakfast features coffee, tea, decaf, assorted juices, bagels and cream cheese, Danish, muffins, donuts, fruit and oatmeal. Make your reservation now through the hotel at 1-800-253-1409 and be sure to let them know that you're with the tournament.
Well, tickets go on sale tomorrow at the high school from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I don't want to be a little bit early and put a jinx on anybody, but they're open tomorrow from 10 to 3, Thursday from 8 to 3, and Friday from 8 to 10. There will be no phone orders and no tickets will be held.
Overton can't make the shot. Wesley rebounds, can't score it. Brown rebounds, and he's fouled. Strong rebound by Howard Brown. Dewaune Wesley had a nice close shot, couldn't make it. Pottstown will walk the court with a 4-point advantage and 8 seconds left in the ball game.
Maybe you want to read that again, Richard. Tickets will go on sale tomorrow morning.
You read that? At the senior high Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday from 8 till 3. On Friday from 8 to 10. No phone orders. You got to show up at the high school.
And no tickets will be held. Don't call up there and say, hold me a couple. You got to go pick them up.
It's now a 5-point ball game.
Well, load up the Steely Dan, Dick. We're making a return. We're back there a lot sooner than we ever thought we'd be back, that's for sure.
You got that
it looks
right.
like the Trojans are going to go on and represent the East.
5 seconds left. Overton makes the three-pointer and they call time. 2 seconds left in the ball game. And Academy Park calls timeout.
And they need a safe inbounds play with 2 seconds to go, as some of the fans are starting to litter the floor with Hershey kisses. Little premature.
And some of the Pottstown cheerleaders going out to pick those up because, you know, they not a good thing to have on the floor.
Ken Davis doing a good job there, conferring with the officials, making sure the inbounder can run the floor.
The Herb and Doty Real Estate Show is shown daily at 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. on PCTV Channel 8. For a great variety of homes and lots, there's no better place to find what you're looking for than the Herb and Doty Real Estate Show. Tune in and find your dream home. There's something for everyone on the Herb and Doty Real Estate Show. Well, it took them a while to put those points up there, but it is now a 3-point ball game.
And the officials are fixing the score clock as referee Ray Klapsinski signals over to me. There are 3 seconds left.
And the Trojans must inbound.
Without a doubt, they've got to inbound and get the ball up the floor.
It's a 3-point ball game, 50-47, the Trojans on top. And we'll wait a few seconds as the clock winds down to 3.
And they're going to put the big guy on the ball. They're going to put Fagan on the ball, which is a good move. Watch for somebody to break long. Academy Park's in a denial, Dick, or an overplay situation. This is where you can hit the home run.
3 seconds left in the ball game.
There it is.
Long pass is blocked by Fagan. No time, clicks off the clock until it is touched by a Trojan.
Got to have a second off the clock over there. You got to get a quick trigger finger. There it is.
Bobby Stumpf down the sideline. Trojans have won the Eastern Finals. They're going to go to Hershey.
That's what it's all about right there, Dick. You don't need to say a word. Now you need your who'd have thunked it, Dick, way back in January. Things weren't going real well at 10-6.
One of the most remarkable turnarounds in high school basketball.
Are you?
Can't say enough about Howard Brown. Tonight's Lubbock Motors player of the game did it at both ends of the floor.
And the thing that really impressed me about Howard was the fact that he got those big defensive rebounds. He's in there with the trees. He's in there banging against Blandon, banging against Fagan, and coming up with some huge, huge rebounds.
And again tonight we have co-players of the game, at least we thought we were. I guess Michael Braidwin's going to get that award. I thought we were.
Well, he deserves it anyway. I tell you, he played a heck of a ball game, especially in the second half where he really picked it up and made some big clutch plays down the stretch.
I'll tell you, what a way to end to continue this Cinderella season tonight here at Norristown. A huge gym, tons of people, two great teams in a three-point ball game.
And John Armato comes over here and gives me the big Hershey milk chocolate bar. All right, we're going and we'll be there.
And, of course, they beat a tough team. Academy
Oh,
Park,
man.
the toughest team by far they've placed in the state tournament. It's a shame for anybody to lose this type of ball game.
Well, that's what I mentioned earlier, and really the surprising thing about this game, Dick, is the fact that I keep looking down these stats and the figures on everybody. They're all juniors and sophomores. These guys are all going to be back other than Davey Allman next year, and, you know, these guys are just going to get better. Can you imagine what happens if Fagan grows 2 more inches and Howard Brown 6'5", and everybody's growing? I mean, it's just going to be an amazing, amazing basketball game. I hope that you get a chance to play again sometime in the future.
Well, we mentioned in our pregame that Pottstown has 3 players to stop offensively. Little did we know that they'd be the only 3 players to score in the ball game for the Trojans.
Yeah, Michael Prate led all scorers with 23. Howard Brown chipped in 16s. We talked about as our lovely player of the ball game. And Tom Harvey, running the show, made 11 buckets himself.
Not a typical defensive performance by the Trojans in the first period, as they gave up 18 points, but the next 3 quarters they turned it up and played their normal defensive
Well, I don't
game.
know if I don't know how they could have practiced against something like that. You know, I mean, you put Jay Scott in there, you put Marcus Ricketts in there to try to simulate Fagan, but you can't coach 6'10". You know, you don't know how to play those guys. You don't know what his game is like, and I think it took him about a quarter to adjust to that, and I think you have to give Dave Allman, Bob Stump, Marcus Ricketts, Jay Scott a lot of credit for working that defensive adjustment, getting around Fagan, and basically taking him out of the ball game after the first period, except for a shot or 2 here and there.
Well, this amazing season for the Trojans will continue for one more ball game, and that's the state championship as they beat Academy Park tonight in the Eastern Finals 50-47. And that game right here will be on PCTV from Hershey Park Arena. Again, the final 50-47 Pottstown. This is Dick Geigel with Dave Ridenauer. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.